Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another pod, Do Not Relent! It's Muppet Treasure Island's anniversary! I don't know how old they are. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And I'm a ticking time bomb because I got a gas station shawarma and ate it just before we began recording.
Why would you do these things?
The last time I ate this specific shawarma, I had the mud butts in the majorest of ways. I was cramping on the turlet, so who knows, the clock is ticking.
Then why would you get it again?
Well, 'cause it's tasty. It tastes real good.
When you're a professional pirate, sometimes you get shady shawarma from the gas station. That's it.
The crustacean man was feeding it to me. He's like, tell me where the pirate map is. And I was like, never. You'll never get that info from me. And then he just kept feeding me shawarma, and I was like, it's pretty good.
What do you think real old Tom's up to?
Specifically real old Tom? Is he divorced from the other Toms at this point?
He's his own individual. Of course he is.
That's probably my answer is he's hanging out with the other Toms.
Ugh, the other times. I think he's hanging out with big, fat, ugly, bug-faced baby eating O'Brien. That's what I think.
Do you think they all get together for these, anniversaries of this Treasure Island?
One can only imagine.
It must be hell to track down all of the tourist rats from the night scenes.
They're all scattered about. Also, okay, so you're eating gas station shawarma. What are we drinking? Can you remind me again?
So we had some friends who had a honeymoon or something, some kind of trip to Europe, and they stopped by Italy and they brought us back limoncello. And it's just been in our freezer for the longest time because we aren't really sure what to do with it. So we are drinking some of it today.
It looks very scary. It looks like it looks like pee at the bottom of this ice glass. And it's so little of it because we drink it like a shooter that it kind of scares me.
I just took my first sip and it was pretty good. I feel like it said it was like almost 30% alcohol, so I didn't want to pour too much of it. And it does taste a little strong, but it tastes like spiked lemonade, I guess.
Tastes like a lemon candy, almost Lemonhead-esque, actually. Yummy.
Truly running the gamut of culinary taste today. We have your fancy lemon liquor from Europe, and we have my gas station shawarma, which was probably months old at this point. Although the consistency was good. I will say, when it comes to cheapo gas station shawarma, this one was top notch. Except that the guy was like, can you push it through the slot? Because they had bulletproof glass. And I was like, no. And he says, how can I scan it? And I was just like, you're the guy who works at the gas station.
Yeah, you should have the answer to this, Bucky. Bucky.
Busto.
This is the same place where I wore my 3-toned jacket. And the guy's like, I used to roll in a gang. You'll get in some trouble wearing that. And I was just like, I bought this from Forever 21 and then ran out.
Okay, I understand that gang colors are a thing, obviously. But it's got to be pretty obvious to a gangbanger that you're not, right? You're not banging if you're just wearing a blue hat. You know what I mean? I don't know. Someone on our street was like, you guys are wearing all the gang colors. And I'm like, you think we're going to get shot for wearing 8 different colors?
I feel like wearing a multitude of colors shows off the fact that you are not affiliated with the gang. You typically don't dip and dive like you're a Skyrim character and be like, I'm actually the head of the Bloods and assistant principal of the Crips.
Yeah, maybe they just act this way because you're at a sketchy gas station. And maybe that's their turf, and this is what's always on their mind. But I don't know. How do people just think that an entire color can mean something? I don't know. I have a variety of colors I wear.
They must be a real blind pupe, you know what I'm saying?
Brought it back. Speaking of blind people, blind Tarzan can huff my duff. You'll find out about that one later, but I just had to get that out right now.
I thought you were going to say, like, speaking of blind people, let's get to our raid. And I was like, ooh.
No, because I was not doing so hot at raid, so I officially have to take my sassy pants and put them in the closet for this iteration. Next week, watch out.
You got beamed one too many times, so you got to hang out the sass for the week?
Yeah, I know I'm firmly in the, like, needs to go over their homework camp this time, but only this time.
But like, yeah, overall, we just had a lot of prog on Razegath Heroic. What was our lowest pull? It was like 50, about 50%?
53, I believe.
Our last pull, too.
Yeah, like, we've only gotten better. Surprisingly, I feel like overall we're pretty good at taking care of like the CCs on these and dispels on these orbs. I thought that was going to be like a bigger sticking point. I mean, like we have had our fair share of wipes too, but like not as many as I thought we would have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Aaron, do you know how many wipes we're at? I don't know if you look at your wipe counter.
Yes, because it lets me know we are at 28 to 29, I believe now.
That's not bad for the prog we're at. I mean, it was nerfed, but it's still really good.
Oh yeah, like going into this week, there were pretty substantial heroic Razegath nerfs. I think it was like 5% overall health decrease, and then a few other things.
Yeah, so it was health reduced by 5% on heroic difficulty. Reduce the rate that vault integrity drains during the intermission. Oh boy, that was reduced. It didn't feel like it. Tempest Wing periodic damage reduced by 20%. That's the big pushback, right? And volatile current damage reduced by 15%. I think, God, is that what the
I think
the orbs
that's the
zaps
big
you?
one. I think that's the big one where you have like a huge AoE thing and everyone needs to slowly scoot out of the way. The one that she does in phase 2 and 3.
Thinking about the vault integrity one. So like, okay, so you know when you go to like the first platform phase 1.5. It's not phase 2.
When she boots you off and you and your best buddies have to kill 3 windy guys and 15 schlubs.
Yeah, so before, basically, if you guys didn't kill them fast enough, then she would go into phase 2, like, immediately. So they reduced that rate. Because when the vault fills up, that's when that happens. So, like, imagine if it wasn't, yeah.
It's still a buzzer beater every time we do that, even when we do successfully complete it.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot of going through the motions and getting it. Like, it's a long fight. It's not Sylvanas long, but honestly, the phases are pretty similar. I think we're going to do great. I can already see our next hiccups. There's a fart where there's 2 big wind elementals, and they each send like 10 to 12 little guys out of them. And I think we're going to fuck that up, because if we don't kill them, they're going to buff the boss, and then we die immediately.
Yeah, so like on normal, if you remember, Aaron, there's that phase after
there was only one of them, and he would spawn like 7 guys. Now there's 2.
Yeah, they spawn on other opposite sides of the platform, and then both of them spawn their ads, and then you have to stop the ads before they reach the other one on the other side of the platform, so they're kind of crossing in the middle.
Crossing.
Yeah, prawns.
Polly want a cracker? It's a lobster.
I don't think we ever said a third thing when we would play Rocket League, so sorry, but you're not allowed in the reference. Stay outside with Jolio.
Jolio?
I don't get the reference either.
Oh, I got it. But yeah, really proud of our fucking prog. We're killing it. The other raid group is on Diurna, so like they're gonna get that, I think. But they're just down people. I noticed that like Bear's been recruiting people into it, so they're trying to build up raiders.
I still need one more week before I am fully sympathetic, I must say. I was playing just casually while they were going, and it was like, they're fighting Sinarth. And then a little bit later, it was like, they wiped a Sinarth at 10%. And I was like, haha. It's just, the bullies from back in the day. And then you see them, like, their tire breaks down, and they're like, ha 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 ha. But then you feel bad eventually when you come back from the Wendy's, and you're like, here's $5. Fix yourself.
Yeah, it's like that thing where like we're in college now, so we forgot about our high school bullies, but then like, when we come back to town to visit and then see that they're just like still there and talking about how high school was the best days of their lives,
I feel like we're really, I don't know, bullying is a little too They're not bullies, but like I get the sentiment. It's not that bad.
No, I know. I was just vamping with Aaron there, but like, no, I do feel bad that their raid time really fucked them over. So I don't know. They'll figure it out.
I do kind of wish we were killing more bosses.
Yeah.
Only because we have people that raid log, which is fine. You can raid log, but like they need gear, and I mean, like we could probably do more than the first two. I don't know.
Even your boy, like, just doing raid with the gang is an easy way to get little treasures. Now that we're not doing that, I actually have to do mythic pluses, which when I'm not doing them with the gang, I have to hang out with some random hordes, and it's like, ugh, why couldn't we just kick the shit out of Taros?
Are you free tomorrow?
No. I mean,
Wow.
maybe late tomorrow, though you guys do stuff. I gotta go to work, and then we're going to the Detroit Institute of Art, either tomorrow or Sunday.
Ooh, are you gonna see Diego Rivera there?
He's always there. He is the building.
I'll never forget my 4th grade field trip to the Detroit Institute of Art and a Mexican restaurant because it was celebrating Diego Rivera.
Shit. I was just about to say, was it distinctly a Mexican-themed day? Did you go to see any of the other art? You guys just walked into that lobby and then you're like, okay, hitting the bricks, kids. We're off to Chi-Chi's.
And and I was the only brown kid, and I was out on all black kids school, so I was the only brown kid, and so then it would do that thing where like everybody would turn to me and look at me and be like, "Oh, they're talking about you," and I'm like, "Fuck you guys, you got me."
But yeah, I guess I also, just to bring it back a little bit to WoW discussion, I also think that I'm probably gonna end up like pugging heroic on my hunter just to fill out the rest of the heroic slots because like I want more shots at the bow in my vault.
Yes, yeah. Can you please let us know how that's going? How you've been pugging a lot of Razegath, so I'm sure you're sick of this fight by now.
Oh, I'm so fucking sick of it. And the hunters are getting mean out there. It's like very, very hateful. It's like hunter on hunter crime out there. Like you have hunters starting their own groups for normal and heroic and only allowing maybe one other hunter in there. Sometimes they're just straight up like no other hunters allowed. And then you just have groups that just like don't want to bring any hunters altogether. It's really hard because, this bow is like uber bis. It's like necessary for BM at least. And it's so hard. I've been pugging it on normal and LFR for when did Razegath open in LFR? Was it like 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
4 sounds right, maybe?
Yeah, I'll shrug for that one. I don't necessarily go into LFR that much because they ain't gave us a special magic weapon since like Atiash in BC.
Yeah, so ever since that came out, I've been pugging it on normal and LFR, and then I've been trying to get into heroic groups, and it's just been hard to even get into them. And this last week, I was lucky enough to get into one, and we actually killed it. So now the heroic bow has potential to appear in my heroic vault slots. That honestly is probably going to be how I'm going to end up getting it because like I've been killing, on normal LFR and now heroic for like the last like 5 or 6 weeks, and I've only seen the bow drop one time. The very first time our guild killed it on normal.
Well, listen, we know all we have to do to change things is talk about it, but I think it requires all 3 of us to say it. So, Ian, you gotta fix the bow and make it drop for hunters more. Aaron, you gotta say it now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had a big goof planned if Immune was going to go second. But now there's egg on my face, balls officially on stream, so I'm going to pack that one up in the goof box. Yeah, Ian, up the drop rate, please. That's kind of a big stinky. Or make the bow not as good. Can you imagine if they were just like, remember all the cool things it could do? Well, it wasn't dropping, so it can't do them anymore.
Imagine if they were just like, Ian's like, the bow has been removed from the game.
How'd that make you feel? Would you be happy or sad?
Both? I mean, like, I'm sad because I never knew that happiness.
Ian, remove the bow.
You feel like you're missing out on something, even if it was not all that it could be.
Yeah, but yes, Ian, please fix, help, please. I need the bow. It's like I feel like I could be like the pumperest pumper if I had this bow.
Bump it up.
Why did I feel like you were gonna say the Pumpkin King, like Jack Skellington at like the penultimate song of that movie? I was
Oh.
like, for some reason in my thing, I heard Pump, and I was like, oh, he's gonna go into a huge Nightmare Before Christmas tangent, but then you didn't, so I guess I did.
I thought you were going more of like the Yu-Gi-Oh route of like King of Ghosts, you know?
Oh yes, Pumpkin King of Ghosts.
I
Well,
think
I would, but if we summoned him, he would just bring about Darkest Illusion, and I don't have a cannon turtle to get rid of that, and I don't want that hanging around all episode.
I think Aaron has cabin fever. Speaking of turtles, have you seen the Trading Post March? March is next. We have March stuff.
Not all of it.
I haven't seen any of it.
I have seen this lovely mount that probably this is not what you were transitioning into, but this lovely mount that will be available come March.
Okay, yeah. So if you don't know, if you don't want to know about the Trading Post, which I actually, this is one spoiler I do understand not wanting to know about. So skip ahead. I don't know, 8 minutes, 7 minutes. Let's be generous and don't skip too much. But I want to talk about some of the shit that we see here.
Yo. Okay, fucking. I'm sorry. We gave everyone their warning. A battle spoon?
Right?
I want battle spoon so fucking bad.
It literally looks like, okay, so imagine the year is 2002. You are reaching into your Star Wars Episode 1 Special Edition, like, cereal box, and you pull out that, like, spoon lightsaber. This reminds me of, like, when they just made, like, random spoon gifts in cereal boxes. It looks cool. It's a two-handed staff, so we all can use it.
Oh my god, this thing looks sick. I love it.
And I'm really glad that they keep giving us shitty mounts, because I do not care about quacks. I love the parrot model. This is an ugly purple. I do not care, and I'm glad I get to hang on to 900 more of my tendies to buy Battle Spoon.
Is Quox the one that will be like the free reward, or is the Battle Turtle the one that will be the free one just from completing the monthly shit?
Fuck. Oh, I don't know. I hope it's the turtle's the free one.
Do we know that we get free shit? I thought our funny little tiger guy was just like, Trading Post is coming. Use it and you can get this. I thought for now we have to pay for everything, or use fun dollars to pay for everything.
You know, for as much as we talk about the Trading Post, you'd think we'd have an answer to that, but I actually do not know the answer to that question.
I don't know either, and I don't know that like we really have the answer, because like all of this right now is just on the PTR data mining, right?
Okay, here we go. Okay, well, here, let me just actually read the fucking Wildhead article. Speculated monthly Trading Post rewards. With the first month of the Trading Post now live, we've seen Ashadar, Harbinger of Dawn, as the first monthly Trading Post reward when players complete the Traveler's Log. What's next? Here's what we speculate could be next based on the latest data mining. So I guess Ashadar had a listed cost of 999 tendies. This is clearly not true, and maybe an indication this is a monthly reward. In our more recent data mining, 5 new items have a 999 tendy cost, which we speculate could make them upcoming Traveler's Logs rewards, and they are as follows. Arsenal, Blades of Elune, the Battle Spoon, Savage Green Battle Turtle, Quawks. Oh, these are all maybe? And the one that I'm the most curious about, Ensemble, Dark Moon Harlequin's Bells.
I don't want to think about this guy. I clicked on it and there's no images yet, but just looking at that mask, I was like, this makes me feel uncomfy.
Yeah, so like all we have on it right now are like icons of like what they would appear like in your bag, and it kind of is giving like Jesta vibes.
I hope we get like a funny guy Gus Jester outfit here. I would be a big fan of that.
So the last thing that we have not discussed, and maybe we'll do it very briefly here, is we do have pictures of Savage Green Battle Turtle. You know what? I was about to be like, do you guys have any turtles? But I forgot that it was a racial mount. So probably everyone has like a million Pandaren turtles.
You know, Metaloid has had like a million turtles since day one.
But here is here's a white man's turtle. It is distinctly more like European looking. And guy just has rockets and little armor chunks strapped to him.
I love this turtle. It's interesting. I think it looks ugly as fuck, which makes me want it. Not ugly like Quox. Quox is just kind of gaudy. It's purple and blue. I don't know. I don't like Quox.
You know, I had the other reaction when I saw Quox. I was like, oh hell yeah, I want Quox. Maybe because I never got the other mount from, where was it? Fucking Freehold? Is that where it came from?
That's Squawks.
Mythic Freehold.
We should run that for that bird, just to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want to because I don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me talk to you.
Yeah, brother. I've always said, like, I don't care about anything unless it flies. But God, they really need to up the game, which is a shame because I feel like this one was very simple. Last month / this current month was overly complex, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't want them. Give me a flying mount, but also make it one that I like. That said, Savage Green Battle Turtle, I actually don't know. This guy's got rockets on him. Maybe he can fly.
That'd be so cool. Speaking of the trading post, it's time to play a new game.
We haven't had one of thems in forever.
Will this one flop? Probably. Okay, so you guys know the best capital city in the world. Our capital city is Stormwind. You know, we haven't been going there a lot. But now at the trading post, we have to re-familiarize ourselves with the area. So there's a bunch of districts, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see how well you guys know our districts and what lives inside of them. This is Stormwind.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks. We'll work on that. Okay, so as we were to treat it as time warp, you just blurt out the first correct district that comes to mind. How about this? Let's do one at it, because there's only, like 6-7 districts, so I don't want you to say them all. So you get one try in the first go.
Okay.
Where in Stormwind, which of the districts, quarters, whatever they're called, is the Blue Recluse located in?
Mage District.
Central Cathedral District.
The answer was Mage Quarter. I'll give it to Immune, but, you know, okay, I'll give it to you. It's a new game that's fresh. All right.
Okay.
This is an area we are all familiar with, though you may not know the name of this place, because I didn't know the name of this place until today. Where is Weller's Arsenal?
That is in the shopping district.
Is it just called, like, the trade district?
That is what it's called.
It is in the trade district. That's the guy you always sell to when you're a low level. You don't have the guy sell swords.
Yep,
and
he's
shit.
right next to the heroes call board. Yep.
Heroes call board. How many boats are permanently docked at the Stormwind Harbor?
1.
So wait, does this mean that, like, they don't move?
They do not move.
Oh fuck, then I think Aaron is right, but I'll say 2 just in case he's wrong.
4. There are 2 boats. There are 2 boats off to the side that also do not move. They're what are they called? They're Wrath of the Lich King boats. They're like parked like to the right.
What the hell?
Where is the SI7 headquarters located?
Dwarven district.
I don't know if the, like, tunnels underneath it count as something else, but yeah, the Dwarven District, I think.
They're so well hidden, not even our own Alliance members could find it in Old Town.
Not gonna lie, I always forget that Old Town is a thing.
Yeah, I forgot that those two are 2 separate things, but I knew it was over there to the right, because that's where Matthias Shaw was and BFA in the Nightmare Zone.
Which district housed the Demon Hunters in their pre-patch event when they were first unfreed from Maev's Dark Prison crystals?
The
Cathedral
mage
District.
one.
Stormwind Harbor is actually where the vendors were for the event.
Oh, well, you accessed it from the mage area, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the Legion event was over there. I thought you meant like you guys had a house for a little bit. And
I
was
mean,
well, it's gotta be
that's
over
like
there.
where all the leaders like hung out and stood, and like I didn't know it was Stormwind Harbor. I went and I was like, this is where the Demon Hunters were, right? And I'm like, this is Stormwind Harbor. Where do you buy the Grand Treadblade mount? I'm talking the mount from the Horde and Alliance get a mount, and the Cataclysm and the Alliance didn't win, so then they were mad, and then they had to make a vendor for them.
Old Town.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Old
Wait,
Town.
wait. Ah, fuck. We only get one.
Would you want to? You can change if you want.
Dwarven District.
The answer is Old Town.
Oh, no. I thought it was the guy next to the fucking engineering spot. Oh,
If you can name the vendor, you get a bonus point.
you know I can't name the his name is like Dwargan Ironshade.
It's actually Paulie. It's just Paulie.
No last name, just Paulie?
I actually just bought it today. Yeah, it's Paulie. Okay, last one. Where is the Royal Bank of Stormwind located? Go.
Trade District.
Yeah, the Trade District.
Dwarven District, you idiots. The Stormwind counting house is in the Trade District.
Is
This
it bad that,
fucking
like,
game.
I didn't know that they had names, honestly.
If you can name the Stormwind auction house, you automatically win the game. Ready, go. Like the one in Trade District.
Stormwind. Oh, I thought it was meant to. He just said it. The Stormwind Auction Cafe.
Stormwind... No, Trade District Auctioneers.
Traders Hall. That's what the actual auction house in Stormwind is called. Isn't that lame as fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty lame.
Immune wins.
This segment has just been me falling. I'm like Shadow
Falling.
near the end of
Falling
of
down.
Homeward Bound. I'm in the
Insane.
mud. I'm trying to get out, but I think it's my time. I think I should just stay down here.
Also, when I was going through the SI7 headquarters, I saw Flynn Fairwind walking. Like, he was walking with purpose towards it. So, like, he patrols the area. He walked into the SI7 headquarters, walked up the stairs, walked past Matthias Shaw, leaned on the wall, and said, "I have a surprise for you later." Ooh.
So, I mean, it's probably Valentine's Day related or whatever, since, like, love is in the air or whatnot.
I actually don't know. I'm torn if it like is anything or if it's busted quest text, because then he immediately after that said, "You can't. I was just there. How could you possibly know?" But Matthias Shaw didn't say anything. So I'm like, oh, is this like a broken quest or something? But I don't know. It was cool seeing him walk around and go hang out with his boo upstairs.
Well, here I go. It is time for one shot.
What's it a shot of?
It is Smirnoff Vanilla. It's left over from my day of birth.
Billy Bones had a drink right before he went. Bless his heart.
What are you saying?
Billy Bones died after taking a drink because he got the black spot.
Come on, Immune, keep up. It's Muppet Treasure Island Day, for gosh sakes.
I know, I thought he was saying that your days are numbered, Aaron.
I do have the black spot, and it's my beehole after this gas station shawarma
no.
works its way through me. He's got the mud butts. He's got the bubble guts.
I've got it too.
There's got to be something better. I'm just clutching for dear life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably not gas station shawarma.
All the rats gathering around. All right, now let's watch this volcano erupt.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just sitting in the shower, just turned around, showering off my stinky ass. And just like, love led me here. Love for shawarma, I guess. The convenience of getting food at the same place where I got my gas.
I just have to say, I feel like this is probably the most disgusted I've been at ourselves in some kind of banter that we've had on this show.
I was gonna do a New York mouse accent of being splashed with poop. Oh, what's in my hair? But I'll save it for later.
I mean, I feel like I was listening to some old ones. We used to be little nasty boys. I feel like people came for the grime.
Yeah, we're a little sanitized. Let's fucking get in the mud with these pigs.
I mean, like, yeah, we talk about, like, eating, like or our asses being eaten by, like, Rastakhan, but, like, I don't know that we've ever ventured into, like, scat play before.
That's too far. What's wrong with you? You're disgusting.
Dude, that's awful. The timer just went off, and now I've returned to my senses. Who would ever talk like that?
Hey, if you don't have the ghost moose yet, now's the chance to get it.
I mean, by the time you hear about this, you probably only have, like, a few days left. So, yeah, grind that out if you haven't yet, because it's only there twice a year, baby.
You can knock it out in a couple hours, right? People usually say, like, 2 to 3.
It depends on your luck, but I think it's definitely doable within like a day. February 22nd is when it goes away. It's the 16th. You got time. Get out there. Go play in the mud with your moose bones. Oh. Okay, there have been very important Halls of Valor's hotfixes. This is not a meme. This is legit. Here we go. Fix an issue that allowed players to remove the damage reduction of Eye of the Storm with immunity effects. Fix the bridge to Odin, that it now has barriers that you will bounce off if you try to fall off the edge. And Eye of the Storm no longer damages player pets. All around 3 great hotfixes. Go out there and try them out yourself. See how they go.
Man, I mean, I feel like we've gone so far past, like, the threshold of when, like, I have any right trying to correct you for trying to slide one past people. Like, Slidewhistle. Like, you've gone too far here to try to pull a fast one over us. I know my pets will still be hurt by Eye of the Storm.
That was really good. Good job. Amen.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, everyone. I was looking up the Muppets Treasure Island video game to see where it's available. And no,
I own it.
You for the one for like
the PC one?
Yep.
I received it as a Secret Santa gift 2 years ago, so I do actually own it.
Oh,
if you ever want to play it.
I sure will be. Next time I'm over that way, I'm committing a theft.
No, please don't Matthew Abate me. Wait.
It'll be like Maria all over again. A trusted loved one will steal Muppet Treasure Island from you.
On the Watthead article, I did post a comment under the Halls of Valor hotfixes, and I wrote, "Notice there's also a stealth patch that puts up barriers along the bridge leading to Odin's throne room. It bounces you off the sides, so sandwich eaters rejoice. Take a bite out of that ham and cheese while you auto-run up the bridge carefree." I hope to God I get someone with this one. Please, God, let me get somebody.
Your stomach's going to hurt one of these days, and it's just going to be because of all the collected sins from your lie.
I was going to say, haven't you already gotten enough people, Slidewhistle?
No, I got 2 in 2023. Like, that's insane to me.
Almost as insane as the deal on the cute, cuddly pets. I put it in the notes that I would talk about it. You can get a pack with something like 27 cute and cuddly pets for fucking like $35. I don't know.
Yeah, how does this, like, what is the price of this thing total?
I mean, okay, I just went to it in the shop, and for me it says that it's $59 with an original price of $210.
$210?
A fucking stupid amount of pets. Yeah, it's 21. So I guess that is saying that they're $10 each normally.
I really don't like seeing it put this way when I look at the small number next to it. To buy the cute and cuddly pack, I would be spending $16.42.
I'm just wild. It's $65.70, by the way. But I'm just wilding out by the fact that they were like, yeah, $210 pack. Like, dear God, I'm rubbing my temples. Is there someone out there who's like, yes, this is for me?
Well, I mean, like, I feel like time and time again we're proven wrong that, like, there is a distinct market of WoW players that just go ape shit for pets, pet collecting, pet battling. I mean, obviously it's not any of our bag, but, like, if it wasn't someone's bag, Blizzard wouldn't purposely put it in the rotation of weeklies, and they wouldn't be doing things like this. They wouldn't, like, consistently have more pet-involved things out there. I just personally don't understand it.
I think they've done a good job of making the pets not have to appeal to pet battlers only. So, for example, a lot of these pets do different things, like squawks or whatever the bird cracks, a little parrot bird. You whistle at it, it sits on your shoulder. You know, you get a bird transmog. Ragnaros, you can cook on its head, which I literally pull them out just to do that when I'm cooking. The Alterac Valley dog, aka Punky Brewster, can get you beer all the time when you need it. So, you know, I think they like add like things to like try to rope in us suckers like me.
The appearance of Daisy the Sloth, which was the 1 million towards Doctors with Borders pet back in Shadowlands, is great, but it also points out an incredibly great topic, and that is the fact that Banana's crusty ass is not on here. So even Blizzard themselves said, Bananas is yucky. We don't want to think about him either.
I mean, I don't know if you saw this, Aaron, but Blizzard actually, after they released the Ultimate Cuddly Pack, they also had to release a blue post saying that they've gotten a lot of feedback about why Bananas wasn't included in here, and all they had to say was, I'm sorry, we do not know who you're talking about. We do not have a pet named Bananas.
We have never seen anyone, even on the development team, with a pet named Bananas. If you want to talk about that, please direct yourself to the theory crafting part of the forums.
Hey, when are we going to get into that, like, secret forum they had? You remember that thing? You signed up for it for feedback? Whatever happened to that thing?
Yeah, like literally, let's DNR me. Were any of you guys invited to this super secret forum where they talk about supposedly community feedback and things? I don't know. Like, none of us ever were.
Like, we can read it, but
I mean, speak for yourself. I was in there for a while.
What changes you bringing to the table?
Well, you see, the thing here is it's secret. Can't tell you guys. But just know that your boy is in there, and I can see everything you write on the boards.
Aaron's actually behind the Razegath bow having such a hard drop rate. You know, I really think Hunter should have to work for this one.
I mean, have you ever tried to go in there with a little robotic pet, i.e. Papastine? It's a 100% drop there, but you didn't hear that from me. Shh.
Aaron really said, if I can't have my fireball friends permanently, my good friend Immunization can never have the Razegath bow.
Darn tootin', I will set fire to the True Shot Lodge, and perhaps in the cinders my 3 floating friends will return to me.
You can have 2 floating friends with a fire shoulder enchant thingies.
For like 20 minutes.
Just buy the big one.
Once, and I had a great time, and then they pooped out, and I said, oh.
I use the frost ones, and then I think sometimes I'm like, I feel like somebody with epilepsy would get triggered like by this. Like they flash a very bright blue and white just constantly, and I'm like, ugh, I can't look at it for too long. But I still do put it on my shoulders for some reason. Much like Aaron ate a gas station shawarma out of non-preservation. All right, and now it's time for our next segment. Immune's gonna tell a joke to make up for last week's joke. Let's hear it.
Well, I don't have a joke again. I honestly forgot that I had homework, so...
That's it? Is that seriously
Any
it?
other,
That's it?
Any other celebrities near and dear to you having a medical emergency? That one killed last time. Well, not killed, but seriously harmed.
Well, you know, I'm just gonna have to edge y'all for at least another week, but it might be a recurring segment, and only be a recurring segment because every week I will not have a joke.
I plan to lead you all, and together our 2 segments can jump in a giant feather bed and
have a live sex celebration.
Yes, to pretend to have sex on live TV.
When do you think we're going to get 10.7? So there's been a lot of 10.7 news, and I haven't looked at any of it because I feel like I'm just being bombarded with news. Well, where is it?
Actually, I think you mean patch 10.0.7.
Yeah,
I was going to say, Slidewhistle, 10.7 is well into the future. Who knows if we'll even get it at this rate?
It's looking actually okay. So I did lie a little bit. I have been looking at a little bit of it. I haven't been reading much because I opened a wide article and then I'm like, why am I scrolling through 10 pages of dialogue? Why is there so much in a 10.0.7 patch? Which I appreciate, but I'm like, damn, dev team, y'all working hard as shit. There's just stuff about dragons that were Netherion's friends that turned on him and that he imprisoned forever. There's a lot of weird depth and stuff in there. So I don't know. It's looking pretty good. I think I saw they were speculating because they saw that there was an a Noble Garden toy being added. A new Noble Garden toy. Can you believe it? So they're like, well, maybe to be out in March to meet the event.
You know, it would be really funny. You remember that one, roadmap to, their patch releases and how on 10.0.7, I believe it said spring, and one of, the main things, it said holiday updates. What if, by that they meant, you're getting a new Noble Garden toy, 1, singular, toy.
Well, that's a holiday update, I guess. Well, no, see, they'd have to add one more. Maybe updates.
I actually don't remember if it said update or updates, so I guess I'll have to double check that one.
That'd be some shit.
I was logging into the Final Fantasy XIV boards to make a joke of like,
Well, let me see when their next patch comes out, because Blizzard's always aping them.
I just want to read some of these patch names. Gods Revel, Lands Tremble. The
Is that two different ones, or is that one?
That was one. Reflections in a Crystal. Echoes of Fallen Star. I'm scrolling live. Vows of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty.
Whoa, that's actually sick as hell.
Yeah, I came here to make fun of these, but some of them are pretty neat. The Far Edge of Fate. Soul Surrender. Okay, Revenge of the Horde, that's just our thing. You're canceled, Final Fantasy XIV. That's our thing. They stole that.
I mean, the rest of them seem to go pretty hard, though, honestly. Like,
as goes light, so goes darkness. Shut the fuck up.
me when I spec into Shadow or Disc.
Honestly, my favorite patch is probably TLOPO-PYP-V1.10.112. Pirates of the Caribbean Online's latest patch notes.
When was this?
I'll say, what was the release date
12,
on the latest Pirates of the Caribbean?
31, 2022.
Oof.
Wait, that was only like 3 months ago. What the hell?
They fixed the bug where flagships will spin in circles after being grappled. Fixed the bug where grappling a flagship would be extremely slow. Fixed a rare district reset related to PvP match statistics.
What do we think their player base is?
Well, so remember, Disney got rid of the IP, and then Pirates Online took the core game, which is the same exact game. They just are now operating it, and Disney has not cared enough to strike them down. So we're good.
You say "were" as if you're playing.
Yeah, we're as if I am playing.
I mean, I always jump to Toontown after this, because that's usually my go-to, like, ha ha ha, other MMO. They were updating Toontown at least up to Well, you know what? I keep scrolling and okay, I got to the last one here. Christmas of last year. They're still doing Toontown patch updates.
Oh, it's the same deal probably as Pirates, right? Because they have their own outside servers or whatever.
Pretty sure they're both.
This minor update reverted a change introduced in the version 3.6.3 update that caused various issues. No release notes were provided.
This is why I'm like, people are like, WoW's gonna die. And I'm like, bro, if we can still play fucking Toontown and Pirates of the Caribbean, WoW's never gonna go anywhere. Even if we do have to fucking play some bootleg version, like, I think it'll be fine.
I mean, because, like, yeah, if you think about it, like, before WoW Classic and Lich King, TBC Classic, whatever, became a thing, there were huge communities of people that had their own private, like, Classic servers, and they were doing that shit anyways. So, like, yeah, WoW will never actually die. We'll find our own weird servers to play on, probably.
I play a private Draenor server. I've actually been doing Classic Ashran things again. I don't know if it's worth it. It's been very hard. But I'm trying to kill trolls for my little troll effigy burning.
Slidewhistle is a madman. He had a day off in the middle of this week, and he took that time to unlock and level up his garrison on, like, 3 of his alts.
Is this in pursuit to get the pet stone? Usually, I know you can go and get a Draenor garrison pet stone with a new character.
It is nice to get the level 25 pet stone because of all the pets I fucking apparently own that are on the shop. So those are the best ones to level up. But it's in my pursuit of the ultimate title, the only title I ever want to wear, Warlord of Draenor. So now I have 5 different characters with garrisons with gladiator sanctums that all have a different quest. And if you're not familiar, I go into Ashran, or I do world PvP in Draenor, which basically I go into Ashran, and I kill 500 of an enemy, and I bring their ears back or their bones, and I get a cool title for it.
Well, you said world PvP in Draenor. As Aaron knows, that still exists now, especially because we have a Draenor dungeon in Shadow Moon Valley.
Oh, shit! Holy fuck, should I just be out? No. See, but I'll be in PvP gear, and they're gonna be in PvE gear. So maybe I should just go camp and murder people out there. I'm gonna need a squad though to back me up because I can't do 1v5. Just saying.
I just want to thank everyone for their hard work on Toontown, specifically the TTR Live V3 6.3 patch, which did make sure that a Doodle's random name is now actually random.
Thank God.
And I know a lot of you were trying to have some Toon parties, and those were slowing things down, but they also did fix the client crashing feature in that patch.
Speaking of Toon parties, okay, so this is something that's really been fucking buggering my biscuits. Discordian Kitty posted this on Wowhead. The 5th Old God controversy, examining the Titans' claims.
Okay, well, before we dive into this, what was the phrase that you just used? Buggering your biscuits?
Yeah, buggering your biscuits? I believe, doesn't that mean they're performing anal sex on biscuits?
What's your point?
Okay, well, Slidewhistle's biscuit is being buggered, I guess, by this 5th Old God news.
I get it, Wowhead. You gotta make money, you gotta produce content. But they're literally like, this whole article is just like, well, there's a book that mentions a 5th Old God. Here's the quote. So it's like a Titan book, it's written by somebody who doesn't like the Titans. And in this book, you can find in-game somewhere, it says, the Pantheon shattered the Old God citadels and chained the 5 evil gods far beneath the surface of the world. Ooh, okay, so I like that, because obviously we all know there's 4 old gods, right? But I always feel like, why do people assume we just know everything about what happened in this time? People are like, oh, the Chronicle says this. Oh, the Chronicle says that. Have we not already established the Chronicle is written by unreliable narrators, and it's not retconning, it's just what information we have available to us, right? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, you're right. So what, is Azeroth the 5th one?
I don't know. I honestly think Xal'atath is a bigger deal than we think.
I mean, yeah, she was my bestie / waifu for a while.
So it goes on to be like, well, Chronicle Volume 1 only mentioned 4 old gods. Yeah, we know that. Like, because, like, if the Titans don't want us to know something, which we've already seen come into play with the latest shit coming out of Dragonflight, with the waters aren't really poisoning the dragon's minds, or whatever the fuck they were saying. Obviously.
Yeah, I wonder why they would just straight up lie, though, because, like, the old gods have been presented as these huger-than-life, like, big, scary guys anyway, so what's the harm of being like, there's 5 of them versus, like, there's 4 of them? Unless, like Immune said, it was someone that they're trying to become friends with. Like, it's like, and the 5th guy, Norganol, and then Norganon is like, hey, turn that shit off.
Well, we have technically seen a 5th old god. It was called a 5th old god, Gahoon. Remember Gahoon?
I was just about to think, Gahoon is the 5th guy, but wasn't he like a product of science? So everyone's like, just shut up, he doesn't exist.
Exactly. So he was accidentally created by Titans when they experimented on the other ones.
Exactly. So, like, if he was created by them, then, like, they would not admit that he was one, right?
Yeah, they'd be like, well, actually, we didn't do that.
They were probably just embarrassed that the dude is only like 20 feet tall. Like, we've talked to the man, we've punched him. He's not very big.
We played basketball with him.
And you know what? I say that, but going back, Yogg-Saron and Cthulhu were both kind of that size. N'Zoth was really the only guy that we saw, and we were like, this is a dude.
Some old head in the comments has a pretty interesting comment that I would love to, like, follow up on. Dat 2T's offer says, did everyone forget back in the day there was Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron, and the 3? I don't know what this is referring to, but obviously it seems like proto-old god lore was originally intending to have 5.
I was just like, Bunny, 5th old god.
How is Bunny doing these days? Is she okay? Has she killed anybody?
Probably.
Like she learned how to talk too well and gained too much sentience, so now she's killing people.
Would not surprise me. Oh shit! Fuck, we forgot the most important 10.0.7 shit. Bane Bloodhoof's gonna have actual story for like the second time in his life.
And not only is it story, it sounds like he's fucking pissed.
I mean, like, I'd be pissed too if I had just had to, like, sit on the sidelines for literally the entire last expansion. And, like, that's not even, like, exaggerating. He was literally just sitting on the sidelines of Ouroboros.
This dude his mission is called Old Hatreds, and the logo is just a pissed off Tauren that says Mela High Mountain is worried about Bane, who has traveled alone to the Onaran Plains in search of a missing friend.
Oh, shit. Okay, so we don't play Horde. I don't give a shit about what the fucking Tauren do. So, whatever, Hordes, don't get mad at me for not knowing this. I guess the Tauren hate the Centaur, which makes sense. The Centaur have been a very, like, fuck you, what do we want race in Azeroth. It says the questline...
Didn't they hunt the Azerithian Centaur to, like, inbreeding and then kill them? Like, you can go to Thousand Needles and see one, but I think canonically they're all dead and dust by this point.
I think it may have been the opposite first. So, like, it's a tie-in to the fact that Tauren do harbor hatred for Centaur race as a whole. Yikes. That they believe the Centaur are a curse brought upon them by forgetting the ways of Druidism in the past. Yikes. And the reason why the Tauren became a nomadic race for the longest time. This is explained with the in-game lore book, Hatred of the Centaur.
Well, yeah, I assume that would explain that.
Pretty clear on that one. Written by Albert Tauren, a.k.a. A. Tauren.
Here, I'll read a bit from the book, Hatred of the Centaur. As the mist of dawn faded and the age of memory advanced, the demigod Cenarius went his own way to the fields of the world. The Shuhalo, Tauren, were sorrowful at his passing and forgot much of the Druidism he had taught them. As the generations passed, they forgot how to speak with the trees and the wild things of the land. The dark whispers from the deeps of the world drifted up to their ears once again. Through the children of the earth closed out the evil whisperings, a terrible curse befell their roaming tribes. Out of the black lands of the west came a horde of murderous creatures. The Centaur, cannibals, and ravagers. The Centaur fell upon the Shuhalo like a plague. Though the braves and hunters fought with the earth other's blessings in their hearts, the Centaur could not be defeated. Honestly, maybe I'm Team Centaur.
Honestly, this sounds like some propaganda.
They were forced to leave their home, whatever.
There are a lot of LGBT couples over there in, like, the main camp. If Bane comes over and he starts swinging his fist, this is a PR nightmare. He's like, no, I hate the Centaur because their ancestors stole our land. And then Thrall's like, Bane, you are problematic. They're canceling you on the Twitter.
What we really just haven't seen yet is that, like, chapter 2 of Hatred of the Centaurs is literally just a dissertation about how they hate the Tauren, hate the Centaurs because they go against traditional Tauren family values.
We are long striders, not long skippers, if you catch my drift. They are light in the loafers, and they have an extra set of them.
The two of the comments I love. First one, Matrix Wolf says, R.I.P. Bane. Okay, well, Bane's dead. And then someone says, fucking Melodic, the Pokemon, says, Ysera is back due to Malfurion. We need Karn back too. Motherfucker, you want Bane to sacrifice himself to bring Karn back? Someone nobody has even thought of in, like, what, how long now? He's been dead for forever.
Did he die in, like, fucking Classic?
No, he died in Cataclysm because Garrosh hit him with a poop knife.
That maggot
that's
poison.
That's still been like 14 years. And also, I hate to say it, Tauren guys, it's just the same guy. Like, if Bane Bloodhoof was in Heroes of the Storm, Karen would just be an extra skin for him. It's the same guy.
Well, it's like in Hearthstone, that's literally what it is, right?
Oh yeah, Karen dies and it summons a Bane.
That is kind of funny. They knew what they were doing with that one.
Also, I feel like we've already established it, but you get this from Mela High Mountain, so, like, when's the big farm wedding? Like, it's coming, right?
Well, it's gotta be. Dude, until the Centaur fucking crash it and you know the fucking cake. And now it's time for our top 2 bottom boot, medium moot. I will start us off with a fucking bottom boot.
Oh no!
Boo.
Yes, I know this is a self-inflicted bottom boot, okay? I don't want to hear it. Obviously, I know everybody hates Ashran. As an Ashran boy myself, I also hate Ashran sometimes. But so the brawl right now is classic Ashran, which means it's the Ashran that never ends. It always goes on forever. But when you win an objective, that's when like it declares you as being okay to leave the game without abandoning. So honestly, pretty fast. I'm in here to kill trolls. I want to take their scalps and give them to my altar gladiator man. And I zone into every fucking game, and we are immediately being spawn camped by 40 orcs. Never a fucking troll. The orcs are murdering us. Eventually, we push back. We push through the bridge, and then very weirdly, we run the entire way from our base to the horde base, and then we kill their leader, and then we're like, what the fuck's going on here? So people are, I think PvP is so hot right now, and I think Dragonflight, honestly, is doing really well. The people are just bringing in their PvP alts or their mains to just do the one objective point like a day to get the big bonus valor or honor and the big conquest, and they leave. So I joined the game and I watched the scoreboard. That's exactly what's happening. When I zoned in, we had 10 people versus their like 30 or 40, or the fuck it was. Eventually, everybody on the horde side completed their objectives, and you can see them all leave. Just instantly, all logging off to switch characters. Then they have 10 people. Then we push. And it just cycles back and forth. I never get to kill anybody, because they're all DCing. I never get to kill a troll, because they don't fucking exist, because there's 10 people that are all fucking orcs. It's so annoying.
Damn, is this the cycle of hatred?
This is why I hate centaurs. So, I mean, like, yes, I did spend a lot of money setting up my garrison, because you can buy order resources on the auction house in huge ogre caches, and that's exactly what I did for my evoker. I hooked him up. Level 3 garrison set up, level 3 gladiator sanctum set up. But yeah, it's been a struggle. I'm just gonna probably do regular Ashran, which just feels so stupid to do when there's a brawl up. So it's just a big bottom boot for the brawl this week.
Boo.
Fuck my life. What about you, Aaron? Top 2, bottom boot, medium boot?
Well, I've got 2 entries in here, and they equate to a medium moot.
Medium out.
I'll do a choose your own adventure book. Do you boys want to hear about the good one first or the bad one?
Bad one.
I say we should flip to page 5, which corresponds to the bad place.
Okay, I talked about it earlier. One of the many, like, you gotta come back week after week to see how this quest shakes out. Quests in the Waking Shore is Tarjan the Blind, who is a blind Jarden who tasks you with killing 5 very difficult dragons throughout the world. You take their skulls and you come back and he'll tell you a story of the Jarden people. The other ones of these quests, when it's like come back in a couple weeks, you can do them in 2 to 3. Tarjan the Blind has 7 stories that he needs to tell you. So this takes, at minimum, almost 2 months to do.
I saw you achieve this overall like meta quest the other day, or like the achievement for it, and I was like, what even is that? And I like, apparently I have like one of the, like there's 4, right? Like I have like one of them done, but I don't even remember doing the one that I did. It's obviously not that one because it didn't take 7 fucking weeks.
And when I say these dragons are tough, I mean like they have like 1,000k. Like they're named. Every single one, I would have to use all my cooldowns and time warp just to kill one of them, and then do that 5 times a week, or 5 times in a week over the span of 7 weeks. And finally I get his last story, and it's the story of the fool. And it goes, there was a foolish young worgen. Oh, actually, hold on, I'm going to do it in his voice.
There was a foolish young worgen who thought that just because they were a dragon slayer, they could defeat Tarjan. And he taught them a lesson.
And then he puts you in a bind, and he punches you like down the slope slightly. And then he's like,
never forget the might of the Jarden people.
And that's it.
So you don't even get to like fight him?
No, He's just like, I could beat you up. And then he sits down. This dude has 400k health. That is less than any of the dragons you made me killed. I have killed 35 guys twice as tough as you. And I was like, I was ready when he was talking his shit. I was like, okay, Jarden, this is like the catharsis I need. I finally get to kill you. And he's just like, I'm too good for you. And then sits down. And that's the end of the quest.
Yeah, the Jarden are weird because like their whole thing is, yes, we are the dragon killers. We kill all the dragons. And then I'm like, I've never seen you guys do anything effectively. Like you fall over quicker than the dragons. Like I don't get it.
They are by and large the Dragonflights. Every expansion has a group of people where they introduce them and you're like, I'm not feeling it, G. And they don't really go anywhere. They are definitely Dragonflights. Like BFA had the snake people. Shadowlands had not the brokers, but like the other guys, the attendants. It's just like a group where it's like, okay, I get you were trying to expand. We can leave this one.
But like that like weekly quest chain thing reminds me, and like derailing top two bottom moot medium moot here a little bit. But like, have you guys done like I think it's a daily chain of like 5 quests in the Onaran Plains in the Springs where you like help this one centaur nurse like their one like rhino type mount back to health, and at like on the 5th day then you like get the mount?
I was doing that, but I stopped.
I have not. I think I've done it like 2 times in a row, and then I was like, you're not giving me anything, but now I know it does.
Yeah, so it's like if you do it 5 days in a row, it doesn't need to be, you know what I mean? Like if you do it 5 times in a row, like then like yeah, you get the mount.
Well, speaking of mounts, we're now on to the top 2 portion. I was bebopping around Thaldrathov because that is where you need to get your sparks this week. And I open up a random exploring satchel, and they put a whole damn bug mount in that one. Just randomly. And these things give you like 5 dragon expedition resources and like a brown level potion. And this one just had a skittering mount. And I was like, oh, neat.
What? You get a mount?
You can get mounts from those?
Apparently so. I just picked, there was one in a waterfall. I picked it up, I opened it, and it had a whole like bug mount. It's, a recolor of like the Pandaria cricket guy. But I was like, that's neat.
I did not know this is a thing. I'm a little jealous now.
Not that I'll use them, but I have them one step closer to not the otter, but whatever was like 3 mount achievements back. That's what I'm working
How close are you
towards.
to the otters?
I don't even know.
You're renowned with the
I
Tuskar?
can tell you. Oh, with that. Yeah, that's 28. So I only need 2 more. And then I will be fully renowned with all of the big guys. And the only thing left is the consortium and the
Have you been doing the
furbolgs.
fish turn-ins?
I have been doing the fish turn-ins in the 2 spot that they allowed me
When
to.
you hit 29, you can just buy your way to 30. Highly recommended. Best choice ever made.
Can do. But you don't run away yet. I saw you returning to your table trying to eat your lunch. Or wait, no, you already went. Pushes you back on table. Immunization. Tell me your TTBBMM.
Wow. Well, I have I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it at a medium moot.
Medium.
Mainly because so like I got AOTC on my hunter by pugging. And it's a medium moot because like the process is awful for a hunter trying to get into even a normal group. Like there are some hard to get into normal groups for my kills over the weeks, but like I got into a good heroic one this week and I got AOTC, and I don't know, like the group I was been in before, like I'd run with him before. He like puts together pugs on our server to like lead them through AOTC. I don't really know why, but like I guess he does it. I heard that like maybe he like brings a few like duds to like soft carry through while relying on like random pugs to do the heavy lifting. I don't know. And I like almost got kicked from this group just because I died once in phase 1 because we had bad healers that were not able to keep me up because hunters are like very squishy. But like luckily I didn't die again after that, and we killed it on the next pull, or else I was going to get kicked, and then, like, now I have a heroic kill. No bow dropped, even though there were 9 hunters in that group.
Yeesh.
Now I have a chance of having one in my heroic vault, I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're not like hamstrung by having to be like, well, I guess I'll do 2 normal vaults and 1 heroic vault. That is such a shitty system. I know I've said it time and time again, but like they need to let you choose, honestly. Like, why not give you the option to toggle on a normal vault in lieu of a heroic vault? It can only help you. If you fuck it up, that's on you for being a dummy, right? Like, whatever.
That's a really good point. Like, that is something they should be able to do. Like, you should be able to toggle your vault slots to anything lower. Because, like, why would you normally? The fact that we would have to is a flaw in their system to begin with for things like this bow. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's why it's a medium move. Because, like, the whole system's fucked. And it was very hard to get AOTC. I was almost considering paying for carry.
It's cheap. It's like 340k. I got a 250k offer. The highest is 400k. So, if you got the money, spend it.
I mean, I wouldn't consider that cheap because I've lost a bunch of money this expansion, but I get what you're saying.
I've only made a bunch of money this expansion. It's honestly getting kind of annoying how much money I'm making.
Okay,
getting whispers during important things.
Rich bitch villain Slidewhistle's back.
I'm a hard worker.
He's only gotten more verbose.
At this point, I could just buy like 2 dinosaurs.
I did spend 100k on that Alliance Treadblade today. I didn't even blink, so money's looking good.
Oh my god, the BFA frog is only 333
I would never spend money on
gold.
that.
Can they like double it?
Speaking of double, this is my second time attempting to do this outro.
Excuse me, could you double that and give it to the next person?
I gotta show you some TikToks after this. Can you half it and give it to the previous person?
Is that what?
No, I saw it, and then it like went in reverse. Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. Hey, where are the fucking patrons at?
Anyways, this is now my 3rd or 4th attempt. I want to thank our patrons. They include Command Sergeant Major Chizurla, 4th host of the podcast, Monkey Ahoy, Vince, Instinct/Drag Race, Azarin, Digital Dave, Mitch, who wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child, Crucifix, Cardicay, Saracen Hawk, Stacia, Send Soup, Adorno says, okay, February babies, Baby Gersh, Myth Gersh, Big Bear 13, Hoax, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde, Muv, Adam N, Icus, Vanderlyle, Generational Talent, Smarf, Debase God, Slidewhistle says,
Fuck Craig.
and Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Oh, and if you want to join these patrons and listen to our episode that we're going to be recording after this, where we have no idea what we're going to talk about until we spin this beautiful wheel, you can join them at patreon.com/do-not-relent. What about you guys? Where can they find you on the internet? After I say, you can send me an email at do-not-relent-pod@gmail.com. That's do-not-relent-pod@gmail.com. Send us anything you got. We'll read it on the air. All right, what about you guys?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex. You could follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. Or you can join all the fun and hijinks on our Discord server at DoNotRelent.com.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at thebigacheesy on Twitter.com. Read the show's literary musings at DoNotRelent.livejournal.com. Wrote a real Maury Povich approved one about Broodkeeper Diurna today. And finally, watch me play Vigigrams on Twitch at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
All right, we're out of here. If you need us, you can find me and Big Bear wherever the wind may take us, maybe even to Zanzibar, to fight the Zanzibarbarians. And with that, this episode ends, and you know what that means.
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast of the 3HNC Network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.